Like I said, I'm re-editing all my old interviews, and I want to bring to you this very, very special Lip Steve Kudlow of Anvil interview. We have become great friends. We now do our multiple guest interview show once a week, and he's just become an incredible brother and mentor to me. I want to make sure that these incredible interviews get out there to the world, so I'm re-editing them for you. So stay tuned, grab your drink, your joint, your coffee, whatever it is that makes you mellow, and just sit back and enjoy a great interview with a humble heart. Kelly V. Thank you so much for doing this with me. What an honor to speak with you, brother. How are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah?
Don't complain.
Yeah? How is the weather where you're at?
It's kind of rainy.
It is, isn't it? Kind of cold. So I have so many questions for you, and I just don't know where to start. But I guess you guys had some big stuff happening this year, right?
We have. Want to say that again?
You guys had some really big stuff going on this year that got canceled, I'm sure, due to COVID, right?
Oh, fuck, no kidding. Yeah, fucking terrible.
I know, right?
Man. Fucking destroyed our whole fucking year of touring. You can't get the time back, man. That's the unfortunate part.
It's true, isn't it? Yeah, I know. I'm so devastated, actually, because I'm sure, like you, just so much going on that just wasn't able to come into play. So, do you see things opening it up at all soon where you're at? Are you going to be able to play soon?
They're actually in reverse right now. They're closing stuff down because we're having the second wave is coming in.
Oh man, that's too bad. That's too bad.
Yeah, they're getting. There was like 3 weeks ago we were having sort of stuff like 20 people reporting in that there were 20 people sick. Now it's at 900 people a day are sick.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and they just closed all the restaurants again. You can't eat indoors again. It sucks.
What?
Plain and simple. It sucks. It sucks really fucking bad.
It really, really does. I've been lucky enough to be, I don't know, unlucky. I have a pretty rare medical condition, so I was able to travel the States for the last year, even despite COVID. But there's a lot of places that are just not adhering to it at all. Throwing concerts, you're just seeing people gathering, no masks. I'm not sure.
Well,
I'm not sure.
Who knows? Who knows what the fuck is really gonna happen and what's? I mean, I had COVID.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, fuck. It's a flu.
Right.
I don't know. I fucking no one believes me because it didn't end up in my lungs.
Right. Well.
But the real truth is, if it did, I would be dead.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's how that works.
Yeah.
It's not either or. It's actually 97% of people. Nothing happens. You live.
Yeah.
And you're fine, like me.
Yep.
And then 2 or 3% of people, it goes to their lungs and they die. That's what happens.
Yeah, it must be scary. I mean, but I am so glad that people are actually at home and kind of available for these interviews such as this, because otherwise you'd be out on the road and I'd never get to talk.
Well, that's not completely true.
Well, I do know about your projects this year, and I do know things would have been rocking and rolling, but we're gonna play an Anvil song for you here with Zombie Apocalypse, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I'm enjoying this. Stay tuned for the rest of the interview. Anybody who knows me knows that I battle some pretty unique
rare disorders, one of which is called cataplexy with my narcolepsy, which leads me to have paralyzing bouts in parts of my entire body with extreme emotion. And I have to say, in preparation for this, during this episode and even after, it brought on a lot of happy attacks for me. So thank you so much for your patience. Brother, just thank you so much for doing this. What an honor. I'm very proud to be doing this always for rockmetaltalk.com, and I appreciate all the love and support out there. So we're going to get right back to that interview right now.
No, I do lots of interviews from the road. It's 6.5 dozen of the other, you know.
You do a lot of interviews, and you just come across always as the most humble, friendly face ever. So appreciated. I don't know if it must be who you are, but partly being Canadian, we're pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's partly being Canadian, I think it is,
Definitely.
There's no ego or anything. I could give two shits. I do this because I love to do it, not because I'm looking to get patted on the back or be told that I'm great. I already know I'm great. I believe in myself. I don't need the constant affirmation of what I already know. You know what I mean?
I do, but you are pretty great. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it at all.
It's insecurity. People who've got big egos are insecure.
Mm-hmm.
Like Donald Trump.
Yeah, well, I'm not allowed to talk about politics on my show, dude, and trust me, after traveling the States, I so want to. Oh, Lord. But, I guess you started out in Toronto, which is where I'm from, which, followed you a long time. But is it something that you'll always come back to, somewhere you'll always want to play?
What, here in Toronto?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't really favoritize my city. I'm certainly a proud Canadian, and I love living here, and I think that it's the greatest country in the world. But for heavy metal,
yeah,
it's a joke. It's a joke.
It's really hard as a promoter and stuff like that. It is a little bit harder to find the bands, and there's just so many stateside. But I mean, you had great success in the States. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to get there, right?
Well, we've had some success in the United States in the sense that, and when I say this, you've got to be very, 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 very precise in what I'm saying. Making it in the United States it's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Than anywhere else in the world.
Right.
It's extremely
cutthroat.
Bureaucracies.
Yep, politics, man, politics.
Politics and bureaucracy. Who do you know?
Exactly.
And how you're going to get your breaks, and if you get a break at all.
Yep, it's so true. It's so true.
And the truth be told, Anvil has never really had a break in the United States, even to this day. You're saying that we made it. Yes, we made it to the level that we can go work in the United States in clubs.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as making it as far as financially and being on the radio, nowhere near it.
It's funny because, I started out as a youngin', and the whole industry has changed completely, from record label support and promotion to, you having to make your own t-shirts and promote yourself and put up your own videos, and,
here's a good question for you. Have you read the book that Johnny Z, the guy from Craze Management, the guy who actually was the guy who discovered Metallica, have you read his book?
I have not.
Oh, you'll find out how it really is
Oh, brother, don't we know it's been a long road, even with you, since November and doing this incredible interview. So, thank you so much. It is the most difficult thing that I have ever done, and I can't imagine doing anything else. So, thank you for your love and support, brother, always.
To get anywhere in the United States playing heavy metal.
I mean, anybody who knows me knows just how difficult this job is at the level that I am at. And it's so true, brother. It is so difficult to navigate this bullshit world of who knows who and who's better than who. And, trying to get that big break amongst the flood of very talented musicians in droves. But I will say this, that I definitely think it was a mistake from the world to not be as elevated as you should have been, brother. And I really, really hope so much more success in the future, because that's one thing about you that I find so admirable, so inspirational, is that you are just a humble guy who will never, ever give up. And in my moments of hardship and troubles and difficulty and being kicked around, I will always keep that in mind. And now that I've gotten a chance to talk to you and to get to know you, I'm thoroughly, thoroughly even more humbled. So I hope you all enjoy this. You talk about ego, brother, and you talk about just being full of yourself, or needing, that push and that fame and that energy around you to succeed. I don't think you really need it. I definitely, definitely think that you deserve all the successes in the world.
We're going to get right back to that interview for you. Thanks you for listening through my rough edits of these. I just want to make sure that they are shared. This is one of the kindest, happiest, most inspiring hearts in all of music and all of metal. Thank you so much, Steve.
It really is. It really is.
And it really opened my eyes. And, for many years, because in the early years when we back in 82 and 83, this particular guy, Johnny Z, was very interested in Anvil and actually wanted to sign us.
Oh, wow.
And you've seen him in the movie.
Yeah.
He ended up managing and looking after Anthrax.
Right.
And what actually happened was we had huge interest from Ted Nugent's manager.
Oh, wow.
Ted Nugent, Aerosmith's manager, this guy by the name of David Krebs.
Yeah.
Okay. And David picked up Anvil, and right as we were recording our third album, as we were recording Fortune Fire, David Krebs picked up Anvil. He says, "I'm going to manage you guys.
Nice.
You guys are going to get really big." So, of course, we got really excited. We're thinking we're going to make it because we're with the biggest management company in the world.
Yeah.
The guy puts us on 5 shows with Aerosmith.
Nice.
We do 5 shows with Aerosmith. We blew the guy right away. Fucking loved the band. Thought it was great. And as we climbed into the money, of course, he's going, "Okay, let's get you a record deal." Okay, so by then this was our third album we had recorded for the company here in Canada, and he took the finished product to labels, and they all loved the music. They thought it was great, but they wouldn't pay for it.
Yeah.
They wanted the 3 albums for free.
What? That is awful. Oh my God.
We'll pay you later. If they sell, we'll pay you, right? You don't do business like that. The music business doesn't work like that. You get an advance.
Right, of course.
Or you don't do the deal. You don't be fucking foolish. You don't give your music away and say, "Pay me later." You're never going to get paid.
And this is what the bands I work with now are struggling to deal with, having to pay to be put on the radio or on media or on a tour.
That goes without saying. That's just part and parcel of the whole thing. But what I'm talking about is much, much
deeper. Yeah. Deeper, yeah.
deeper, more nasty aspect of the business, in the sense that here we were on the verge of going to crack it big, and the labels won't take the music. They want it for free.
That's unbelievable.
So what happened was David Krebs, the manager, went to the head of the Canadian label that we were signed to and told them, drop Anvil.
Whoa.
So hesitantly and begrudgingly, the label let us go, right?
Yeah.
And then there's no record deal. So between 1983 and 1987, Anvil's not putting out records or touring. They're doing fuck all.
Oh man, that must have broke you.
Well, it killed all the momentum, right?
Yeah, yeah. And once the momentum stops, even for a second, when you're in that rise, you know, it can be really devastating. Yeah.
Well, it killed all the momentum of the band.
Yeah.
Right.
And if for those of you who don't know about the documentary is really what helped you make a huge comeback, right? Did you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, we can get into that too. But I mean, ultimately, and quite sadly, the way things ended up, of course, no record deal, right?
I learned one lesson in this industry is that you can be the biggest heart, you could be the most capable, you could have the most award-winning, most original, most wonderful content in the universe, but this is a very, very difficult game to succeed in. And I just want to say this: it is through the inspiration of somebody like this that I know that just because you might be one person, just because you might be not a huge name, that it is possible to do great things. I just keep dreaming bigger and bigger, and everybody just keeps helping and helping. I have yet to try and figure out how to pull all these wonderful people together, but through inspiration by people like this, I will never give up trying. So thank you so much for that. We're going to get right back to the interview now, and I hope you're enjoying it. Kelly V.
That was for 4 fucking years. I'm trying to make coffee.
As a narcoleptic, coffee is an essential thing, definitely. It is so wonderful that you spoke to me so openly and from the heart, brother. These issues are really, really devastating to get around sometimes, and such big hurdles. But I really, really think that, persistence pays off, and it will. From this interview to now, hurdle after hurdle, we keep jumping, and you just keep inspiring me. So thank you so much. It's just been an amazing road. You've been an amazing friend. We've done some amazing interviews, and I'm very, very proud. I'm very, very honored. But most of all, I'm very, very honored to be your friend. Thank you so much, Steve. I live on coffee too.
I'm watching. Didn't come up the other way either.
You know, it's so interesting to hear these personal sides to, inside the careers and what happens behind the scenes. And I really think that now that we can't perform live, people can do things like this and live stream, and we can get a real insight into people that's a little bit different than maybe in the past decades. Do you see that as
live streaming?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it kind of works.
I mean, it's now people are able to charge for their performances, so you're not doing it for free, but also it allows you to open yourself up to the entire world at one time. I think that's really interesting. I mean, it doesn't replace live performing by any means.
No, it doesn't.
No, nothing will. But right now, I really think that people are hurting and that they're in need of this because they aren't able to go and have these outlets of concerts and, being able to use that as a tool for getting through life as it is. And I think it's a good way to try and keep it going if we can.
Yeah, well, this virus has really caused a lot of has wrecked the whole fucking industry, really.
The entire industry, yeah, I know. Right from live performing, but right down to even production of, you know, albums and CDs and, all the way down to the production lines, this is really bad. I don't think it's ever been like this before.
No.
No. But I know that, sure, you must remember SARS, right?
Yeah.
I camped out for 3 days and I was like maybe 3 rows back, squished really bad, but it was so worth it. And I think that that's the kind of relief we're gonna get when it's over.
Yeah.
I really do. I really do, and I can't wait for it. I really can't.
Yeah, wouldn't it be nice if it all went back to normal? I don't know that it ever will.
There's a lot of people saying that, and I'm just trying hard to not think that negatively, but you might be right. You might be right.
Yeah, because, what are they going to do? How are they going to... People are really fucking scared.
Mm-hmm. Or they're not scared at all. It's maddening.
The media is probably the worst part of all of it.
Yes, yeah.
Because most people don't know what the fuck is going on because the media's lies through their teeth.
Right. Or, and information is just changing so drastically all the time that they just don't know.
Yeah, there's no consistency.
Right. And I think that that's what, drives people.
Wear a mask, don't wear a mask.
Exactly.
It's airborne, it's not airborne.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's really hard to wrap your head around. It's really, really, I know, just starting to plague on people's minds and hearts, and it's, every musician around the world is feeling it. So, I really hope that people are using the time to make more music.
Between then and now, Steve and I have talked to so many musicians around the world about what's going on right now, and I really just want to say that we all need to stick together, that Steve and I really want to say that we support you and love you all. And from me, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you so much for all the love and support back. You've been listening to a very special episode of Rockin' Token Talkin' solo interviews with me, Kelly V, and one artist at a time. And these are my re-edits, so please like, share, and support and spread them as far as you can. Thanks so much. Kelly V, the Pop Pixie.
Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. This is a great interview. We're going to get right back to it. You've been listening to the Pop Pixie on the Pop Pixie Show with your host, Kelly V, at rockmetaltalk.com.
Yeah.
Is that something that you might be doing?
Pardon me?
Working on some new stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Done another album.
Oh, nice. And who knows about this?
Who knows about it?
Yeah. Yay! That happens quite often that people tell me about new projects for the first time. And I mean, I'm a pretty small potatoes show, but that's really cool. Tell me about it.
Well, I haven't written the lyrics yet. But so far there's 12 songs.
Nice. Wow.
So all the music is ready to go.
Oh, wonderful. And are you the one who writes all the music always?
Yes, I am.
Wow. Wow. That's impressive. Yeah. What style would you say it's in? In your traditional style, or is it deviated at all?
It's about as usual as we could possibly get.
Awesome.
I mean, it's totally Anvil. And nothing but. It's extremely. It's just more.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, that's the best way to describe it. It's like, how would you describe the new AC/DC album?
Exactly. Just like that. That's brilliant. More. Yeah.
People heard the new AC/DC, Shot in the Dark, and they go, it sounds like their old stuff. Well, what would you expect it to sound like? It's AC/DC.
Exactly.
Does it sound like Motorhead now? What the fuck?
I mean, I think it's some bands get so pigeoned, hold into one style, one sound. They can never do like an acoustic version or people would shit themselves, you know what I mean? But I also think it's a good thing because, when something's good, it's good, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're pigeonholed or like you could ever do something different?
I have no intention of being different.
Right on. Right on.
It's hard enough to be yourself.
No.
Never mind to be someone else.
Great advice. That is freaking beautiful. I like it.
No. I mean that's the truth of it. If you can't be yourself, who are you going to be? And what are you going to be?
Aw, dude, you're awesome.
I don't comprehend a lot of the way that the fans themselves conduct themselves and the opinions that are put out there. It's like, it doesn't make sense.
No, oh man, you'd go insane listening to all the opinions. Totally. Yeah. You just got to be yourself and keep going forward. That's all you got to do. And you're inspiration of doing just that, An inspiration to me, an inspiration to a lot of people. I know that for sure. I'm completely honored to be doing this. I have actually a condition where if I get happy, I become paralyzed in either parts or all of my body. And right now, I can't move my left arm or my right leg. Yeah, it's weird. It's like just happiness, brother, happiness. So, but when do you expect that new album to get some lyrics and come out?
Oh, geez, we're looking at. We're not due to actually record for another year.
Oh wow, so a while.
Right? We're supposed to be touring with the album that we put out last January.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? So it just sets everything back, right?
Yeah. Well, we never got to tour for the leaving that last album.
Well, all I can say is just keep creating. It's a wonderful process. It's always appreciated. We're going to play Anvil is still going strong at rockmetaltalk.com on the Pop Pixie Show with me, the Pop Pixie. Thanks so much. It's just been wonderful chatting with you and to just get to know you and to really understand what drives the process and why you keep doing what you're doing and just never give up no matter how hard it gets. I know I'm thoroughly inspired now to keep doing what I'm doing, though it's never easy. And it seems like you understand it all. So I really, really appreciate you doing this with me. I really, really, really look forward to having it get out there. RockMetalTalk.com appreciates it. Everybody does, brother. So thank you so much. And I think you'll all agree that he is one of the most humble faces of metal there is and deserves all the success in the world. Thanks so much, brother. Oh, wow.
So I'm here. We're going to put out another album, and then it's like
It's all messed up. It's all messed up.
It's all messed up, and it's crazy, you know. And Rob is really nuts. He's going, let's write 2 albums worth. I go, you haven't even. The one that we just finished writing now isn't coming out for probably another year and a half. Why are you writing an album that's going to come out 3 years from now?
You know what, though, brother? I say write it, because you just never know what's around the corner tomorrow. Get it all out of you. It's like, because it's all great. And I mean, you guys just have an exceptionally large amount of music out there. How do you do that? How do you write so much so consistently?
That's a good question.
That's
a good question because I can't answer it. I don't know.
I often, I'm an artist too, but my medium is visual, and I think that I often wonder, why one day you can't draw a straight line with the ruler, and the next day you're creating a masterpiece. It just comes to you. It just comes out of you, and there's no explanation as to where it comes from, man. It's a real gift. It's a real gift and a real high. We're gonna take another break here and play Anvil with Sins of the Flesh. Hope y'all enjoy. Thanks so much, Kelly V. This is awesome. We're going to get right back to the interview for you here in just a second. You've been listening to Kelly V, the Pop Pixie at rockmetaltalk.com. Thanks, everybody, so much for supporting. It's really, really appreciated all the way around. We're going to get right back to it right now. You know? Real incredible energy. So I definitely have some things I'd love to throw at you if you're interested in the future. Just incredibly humbled that you're doing this interview at all. Let's go way back. As a youth in Toronto, what inspired you to start doing this in the first place?
Well, to tell you the truth, it was never really. I don't know how to answer that. I don't know. How am I going to answer that? What made me start doing this?
Yeah.
I started playing music when I was 10 years old, which is in 1966.
Oh, wow.
So, what made me the Rolling Stones, the Beatles?
Oh, nice. But was it something you?
The British invasion.
Oh,
right?
Totally. Was it something you stumbled into, or was it like were your parents musicians, or was there somebody?
I had older brother. I had older brother and sister.
Nice.
And that's got a huge impact, right?
Yep. Totally. So I'm curious what your favorite place to play was, either locally or abroad. In Toronto or abroad?
I don't know that I have a favorite place in Toronto that I play.
No?
No, not really.
Even their more legendary places are kind of small, very cramped, but that's just Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto's. Have you ever been here?
I'm from Toronto. That's why.
Oh, you're.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you're from the States.
Nope, from Toronto.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think of Toronto as being a favorite place to play. It never has been.
Oh, wow.
And I don't really have a reason to say why. It just isn't. I'd rather be playing in Amsterdam.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, no kidding.
There's something about playing in exotic, faraway places that's a lot more of a turn on.
I guess so, yeah. Do you find that it matters not about the language barrier if you're in another country?
Oh, hell no, man.
No, it doesn't.
No, it's fine not to speak the language. In fact, it's usually better. I don't know why that is.
I'm not sure either.
It seems to me that throughout my entire career, I've done extraordinarily well in places that don't speak English.
You're awesome, brother. Oh, that's wicked. I mean, this is what I mean. You are very, very humble. You're a lot of fun. You're just very down to earth. It's really, really an honor. Thank you so much. We're going to play 666 for you now. You're listening to Kelly V, the Pop Pixie, on the Pop Pixie Show, rockmetaltalk.com.
And you know what? It's really interesting because, and this might be a bit crazy sounding, but I think I think Germans have a better understanding of Anvil lyrics than Americans.
That's actually probably a valid point. I'm German and I've been to America, so I mean,
Well,
I'll leave it at that.
the reason, and I don't think, in all honesty, that the average North American, and I say it as a North American, I include Canada, I
Yeah.
don't think they bother reading. Not that they can't read, they don't bother.
It's true, but also they can't read. I mean,
No, well, as an example, Rob has done stuff on Facebook just recently, where he puts a picture of, let's say, of the Forge and Fire album up on the web on Facebook,
yeah.
and says name your favorite songs from this record, and everyone's writing Metal on Metal, Mad Dog. They don't. No one read what it said.
Yes.
You're naming off all the fucking tunes from all the other albums. Everybody ignored what the post said.
Exactly,
no one
man.
reads what it says.
Exactly. My friend teaches English in a video game design program, and on day one, more than half the class will misspell writing 101. Like, this is what our youth, our generations are coming to. It's mental. It's mental. But that's funny. That's funny. It's almost disrespectful in a way, you know.
Yeah.
But I think that I think that I really want to make a big push and bring Canadian metal to the forefront, to bring it to a lot of my listeners as well, maybe who aren't familiar in America, because I was there for the last 5 years, and it's where I started the show, and where most of my musicians and friends and people are out there. But there's been some exceptional bands over the years from Canada, but it is a lot harder to get recognized coming from here, for sure.
Yeah, but the reading, fucking aspect is probably the most frustrating aspect to me. Like, it really, 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 I find that so fucking bad.
Oh, wow. Chatting the frustrations of youth and the ABCs with Lips. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Pop Pixie Show at rockmetaltalk.com. We're going to hit you up with another Anvil song right now. This is Fuel for the Fire. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in, for sharing, for liking, for supporting the Pop Pixie and the Pop Pixie Show, rockmetaltalk.com. We're going to get right back to the interview.
And in a sense, you're watching all this, and it's also why there's so many problems in our society. People are not reading.
Not reading.
And I don't believe they can't read. I believe that they're so fucking lazy they don't bother.
I'm noticing that the general attention span is just getting shorter and freaking shorter. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to pay attention to anything for any length of time at all. Like, I don't know if we're overstimulated by media and, easily, like, turning people into, I don't know, ADD or whatever. But we are pretty overstimulated. I mean, the music industry is one example. There's just so much music out there. So fucking much. Right? But I think that it's sad when people who are trying to pay attention to something don't truly stop and pay attention. And I deal with that a lot too. They just kind of breeze over things. But I throw a lot of stuff out there, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking crazy, man.
It is. Do you have anything planned for the holidays coming up?
Anything planned for, what was that?
Christmas.
Oh, hell no.
No?
Man. There's nothing going on. And but we're lucky we can leave we're lucky if we can leave the fucking house.
Oh. I know I was in Toronto right as COVID hit in March, and I flew in for medical treatment, and on the way there on my plane ride the medical place closed and where I was staying shut down, and I just kind of arrived blindly and watched the city just like shut down freakishly fast. Very scary, very scary. I'm sad it's going back to that state. Creates a lot of panic and stress. But, just seeing empty shelves in grocery stores for the first time in my life.
Right.
Such a shock, Not only empty shelves at the grocery stores and in places of retail, but empty pocketbooks in our musicians. Such a sad time right now, and I'm so glad we're all coming together to support each other. This is part of the interview where I unfortunately went into some severe episodes and I had to stop. I appreciate it completely. I do so hope that you'll do me the honor of a part 2, because there is just so very much Anvil music to go over. But we're going to leave you with Anvil, You Get What You Pay For. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in, supporting rockmetaltalk.com and me, the Pop Pixie, on the Pop Pixie Show. Love you all so very, very much.